What's up, Web Crew?
Welcome back to our channel, guys.
We hope you've enjoyed all of our videos. We're trying to do 52 this year, so one weekly, and we hope you've enjoyed all the other ones we've done so far.
Yeah, so we decided this week we're just going to do a Q&A, just kind of to like reintroduce who we are and just answer some questions. We got a few questions, and then we picked some other questions as well that we want to go over. And now that I'm thinking about it, did you send me the questions that they asked on your page?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I included them.
Oh.
Right. Okay, so we'll start with the first one. How old are you guys? So I'm 22.
And I'm 25, and my 26th birthday will be coming up here in a couple weeks.
Yep. Sweet. And my birthday's not until July, so halfway there. Halfway to 23. All right, so second question is, how did you guys meet? Do you want me or you?
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I always tell it, so I kind of just want to hear what you'll say.
So, Itzel and I actually met up at school. So we both attended the same university, and we went to Brigham Young University, Idaho. Definitely recommend it if you like cheap school, but don't recommend it if you don't like the cold, because it's really cold up there. But
well, never mind.
We started there in 2014, and we met in a science class. So I'd have to say there's a little chemistry there, even though it was a foundations general science class. And yeah, from the second we met in that class, I was supposed to save her a seat one time for the following class period, or the next time we came back to that class, and I forgot, so she didn't get to sit on that same row as we had done initially. So she was kind of upset about that. But then
I wasn't upset. I was just like, hey, you didn't save my seat.
She was expecting me to save a seat, and I guess it was more of a funny thing because she wasn't upset. She was just kind of like, yo, bro, what the heck? Like, this is my spot too. But then after that, I walked her to her class after, and I told her, hey, I had this math study group, and we get together in the library to go over Math 108. And so if you ever need help with that, we're definitely always there. And I invited her, but the funny thing was, the time that I invited her, everyone else from the study group had something else going. So then she thought it was kind of like a study date, and I tried to tell her that I didn't plan this, the other people just couldn't come. So then she thought it was a date when it wasn't. But the next time
I didn't think it was a date. I was just like, where are all your friends? Where are your study
She probably
group?
thought I was a loser.
Yeah, maybe.
And then after that, the next time she came, she's like, okay, maybe you do have friends, and maybe you guys do actually work on math. But after that, she invited me over to her place to have jaiba, which is like ceviche, or what's the English?
Crab salad.
Crab salad, with crab salad and tostadas. And it's a very typical Latin dish or Mexican dish. And so she invited me over for that, and ever since I tried her food, we started hanging out every single day without fail. I bought my grocery, like after we started officially dating in December, because we were friends there for the first 3 months, started dating officially in December, and from that point on, I just started buying groceries and leaving them at her apartment, because I would wake up, go to class, go to the gym, go eat at her place, make her food, and yeah, September 2014 is when we met, and it was up at BYU, Idaho.
Yep, in a science class, and we were friends for the first semester. Cool. Did you guys go to school? Yes, we went to school. We just graduated last summer. We got our bachelor's degrees from BYU, Idaho.
Yeah, I did my degree in business administration with a finance emphasis.
And I did my degree, well, I initially started with psychology, but we switched to online halfway. So I finished my degree in marriage and family studies. Sweet. So next question says, how long have you guys been married? We've been married since October 2015. So that's 3 years.
3 years and 3 months.
Yeah, 3 years and 3 months.
Almost 4 months on the 17th of February.
Yep.
So yeah, it's been a great 3 years and a lot more to come.
Yeah. Perfect. The next question is, well, let me see if this one.
We can correlate these two together.
Yeah, okay. What do you guys do for work? So I work at a counseling office. I have been in the mental health industry for about 3 years now. I'm in the back end of it, so I help do all the billing and the insurance stuff. So I get to work with a lot of therapists and psychologists, which is pretty awesome since that's what I eventually want to do once I get my master's degree.
And I work at a company that provides capital or money for large businesses so that they can buy equipment and make their businesses make more money and stimulate the economy so we never go into another huge depression. So nothing super exciting, but those are our daytime jobs.
Yeah. Sweet. So the next question was phrased really funny, and I'm going to read it this way. Do you guys ever plan on having kids?
Do you have an answer?
Well, maybe it wasn't meant that way. It was probably just like, do you guys ever plan on having kids? But when I read it in the tone of like, do you guys ever plan on having kids? And I'm like, yeah, we plan on having kids.
So Itzel had a goal. She didn't want to get pregnant and leave school to the side. Something super exciting for Itzel. She's the first one to graduate in her family, which is super awesome. And I think that's a huge accomplishment. And so, yes, we do plan on having kids. When, we're not sure yet. It could potentially be this year, we hope, because we don't have any other plans. We're done with school. We're just working full time. We built our first home, so I think that would be the next step. But when you live in Utah and you don't have kids by the age of 20 for the girl and 22 for the guy, then you've definitely done everything wrong.
That's not true. It's just people, well, not everyone, but it's just, you kind of just check off a list. So I think we're getting there. We're almost there, I think. We'll just take it a day at a time, and I think that it'll happen when it's meant to happen. So, perfect.
Agreed.
Okay, and then to go along with that, how many kids do you want? So...
This is varied so many times, especially with Itzel being an only child.
So, before I got married, I wanted 6 kids. But this was like my naive, maybe like preteen self that really wished she had siblings. I was like, I will never have an only kid. I'm going to make sure I have a big family. Yeah, that changed as soon as I got married. I was like, one birth, that would suck. Like getting, labor process would suck. And then...
Not that we know, because we don't have any kids.
Not that we know. And obviously, it's amazing once you have the kid, but I'm like, to go through that 6 times. I mean, hey, you never know. But right now, I'm thinking more around 3 and 4, and I think we're kind of on the same page with that.
If we have twins, we'll be done. Whether it's a boy and a girl, 2 boys, 2 girls, we'll be done. But if we have one, the next one I'm aiming for 3. If it's 4, fine. If it's 5, that's fine too.
Yeah.
I just know kids are expensive, so I'm not gonna not have kids because they're expensive, but at the same time, I want to be able to provide experiences to 2, 3, 4 kids as opposed to 6, 7, 8 kids.
Yeah. I mean, I think, time will tell. I think people, like a lot of people that we know are kind of like, when you feel the need to have another kid, you just feel the need to have another kid. And if, your circumstances allow it, you just can have more kids. And I'm like, I've never experienced that, but I'm not going to say that I will never experience that. But right now, for me, ideally, 3 or 4 kids. I think it would be fun to have 4 just because they could group away together. And like, if you have 3, if 2 like each other more than the other, then one's always like left behind. So that's kind of what I think. Next question, we can jump to this one. What are your dream jobs? So mine's a little more simple, I think. So my dream job would be, so I'm really into mental health. So I think that I would eventually want to have my own practice and see people one-on-one, give therapy to them. But I'd also like to move in a direction where I can provide my services in a larger group. And so I think if I could, influence people through social media and through the knowledge I have about coping mechanisms and different tools that you can use, I think that would be amazing, just because I find that, people struggle through a lot of things and they don't always know how to fix their issues or feel like they can get through them. And so I think giving a sense of like hope in, through knowing different tools that can help you is a really big deal. So that's kind of what I think my dream job would be, just because I'd be able to I'd just be able to help others.
Make a change.
Yeah.
And mine is, I think, on the opposite end of the spectrum, with wanting to go into acting and be able to allow people to leave their 9-to-5, their 7-day-a-week reality, and be able to go to the movie theaters and experience something that they truly enjoy and be taken away from that everyday life and be taken into an experience through acting and providing experiences and emotion through acting. So if I could do anything, I would love to be in the LA scene or the New York scene or even Atlanta scene and be able to be a part of productions, really, really good productions with incredible producers and directors, because I love changing people's lives and allowing them to dream more than what most people do on a daily basis.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. What do you guys enjoy doing together?
We got a ton of stuff, and not all of it we enjoy doing 100%, both of us, but Itzel might have an activity that she likes to do 100% and I might be like at 90 and vice versa. But I would have to say our biggest thing is playing sports together, whether that be soccer, volleyball. Yeah,
so I'm really big into volleyball. I enjoy playing soccer as well. So we're actually on a co-ed soccer team right now, and that's super fun. We like to play cards together. I mean, pretty much everything. I mean, we also, not that we love folding laundry, but I'm like, when we're doing it together, it's still fun. We turn on some jams or we turn on a show and we watch it together as we're folding laundry. Or what else do we do?
We love dancing, both of us.
Love dancing.
Latin dancing. Oh, and singing.
Yeah.
Latin dancing. Itzel's parents both dance folkloric. And so Itzel has really good hips, really good dance moves.
Which you don't really use in folkloric, but
just any type of Latin dancing, Itzel's really good at it, and I really enjoy dancing hip-hop as well as Latin. I would say something that we've really liked over the last 6 months is traveling. Like, now that we're done with school, for our 3-year anniversary, we went to Europe, and just us, like no family, no one that we knew, and it was the most relaxing but biggest adventure that we've done together so far.
It was definitely super fun. I think if our jobs allowed it more, we'd definitely go on more trips. But I mean, anyway. Okay, next question. I was gonna say something, but our last question will answer it.
Okay.
Okay, this one goes hand in hand with almost like the dream job. If you could do whatever you wanted to do in life, what would you do? So I'd probably stick to the same thing. It was like just helping people. I am really passionate about getting to know other people for who they are and the experiences that they have, experiences that have shaped them to who they are. So I think like traveling the world and being able to connect with people. I mean, when we were in Madrid and Barcelona, not that we got to know people like super, super well, but like we got to talk to people on buses because we took a bus 45 minutes into Barcelona, and like we got to really connect with some locals, and I think that made the experience so much better because it was like, it's about him and I because we're traveling the world together, but I'm also like we're able to connect with people from other countries, and I think that brings a lot of joy and experience to your life. So I think if I could, travel the world with Brenton and somehow still provide like my mental health expertise, not that I'm an expert yet, but if I got to that point, I could do it over social media and really learn how to connect with people and different cultures. I think that would be so awesome. And I even think that if we were to raise a family and, go on trips with our kids, having them be exposed to all these cultures would be such a good experience for them, especially because I think most of the time we try to shield our kids and protect them, but I think sometimes it's so good for them to see how other people live and experience that so that they can really appreciate their life.
And if I were able to do anything and there were no restrictions, I would want to be able to create relationships with people across the entire world. And not to like get gain from them or be able to make tons of money, but just the fact, like Itzel was saying, obviously from a different standpoint, not with the mental health, because I'm still learning about that with Itzel, but being able to provide experiences to people that would, in other words, never have the experience. So let's say go to a third world country and be able to provide like clean water and like make a city pool or something where they can go and have fun experiences, or like go anywhere in the world to lower income places and be able to provide a day experience for a large group of people, or just be able to make a difference in something than your typical, hey, this person likes this person because they have lots of money, they do stuff that I enjoy, we like the same sports, but I'll probably never see them. Whereas I think that what our world really needs are everybody that includes everyone, and that whether that be race, gender, anything, I think everyone needs to feel included. And so if I were able to go around the world with Itzel and be able to travel, but at the same time create relationships with people and be able to do fun things, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure. Sweet. Someone asked Olive Garden or Don's. So there's a taco place here in American Fork. It's called Don Joaquin's. I definitely go for Olive Garden any day over tacos.
And that's so funny because you would assume Latin people like tacos, and black people like ribs and steak and chicken and waffles, but I would definitely go for Don Joaquin's. Like, the tacos there are incredible. I mean, they're the closest thing, in my opinion, to Mexico.
Here in Utah.
Because there's other taco places in California and Texas and New York that I've tried, but the ones here are incredible, closest to Mexico that I've ever tried, and so definitely would have to go for Don Joaquin's tacos.
All right, well, next and last question is, when are you guys traveling the world again? I mean, we have not traveled as much as we want. I mean, we've been to Europe. We went to 3 countries in Europe, and that was so fun. I don't know when we'll be able to go that far again. We do have flights booked for our next trip at the end of May, and we're going to Mexico. So that will be really fun. I'm going back to visit my mom's family, and Brenton's never been to that part of Mexico, so it'll be really fun just to kind of, I guess I haven't been there in like 10 years, but it'll just be fun to show him around and introduce him to all my mom's side of the family. And other than that, I mean, hoping somehow we can quit our jobs and go travel the world all the time, but I think we'll just have to plan something sometime soon.
I hope one day, actually no, I don't hope, one day Itzel and I will take 6 months out of the year, whether or not that means I'm quitting a job, moving to a new job, or just have gobs and gobs of money coming out the wazoo, that we'll just take 6 months and we'll just go country hopping. Even if we have one kid, before they start school, because it would just be fun to, and not stay in like the nicest places, maybe every other country's take a nice place to stay in, but just to learn the culture and be able to try new things, because I feel like we're very close-minded. Well, I'm very close-minded when it comes to the Mediterranean area and the Middle East, because I just don't know about it. And I would love to learn more about their culture and everything. So we are definitely going to take a 6-month trip sometime in our life, and we are going to travel, and everything from Europe all the way to Australia. We're just going to visit it all.
Yeah, that is the plan. But I think as of right now with our lifestyle, we're just hoping that we can get in a trip a year, like a 2-week-long trip a year. Just because with our jobs, obviously, we can't get all the time off that we would like.
And little small trips on the weekends and holidays.
Yeah, like we have, 2 trips planned to California for weekends, and then the one to Mexico in May. So between the time from here in May, we'll be going to California a few times, going to Mexico, and then we'll just kind of see where it goes. And yeah, but we'll keep you guys posted where we decide to fly. Most of the time we fly based off of like really cheap flights. Like I just found some flights, $365 to Paris round trip from Salt Lake City. Wish I could go back, but not at this time. But there's always opportunity. So I think as soon as we find an opportunity to visit somewhere else and check it off the list, then I think we will.
So we hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, feel free to follow us on Instagram, DM us there, ask us here in the comments below, and feel free to definitely subscribe to our channel. We want to get to know you. And
isn't that what people do? Like, don't forget to subscribe.
we don't know where that button's at because like we're new to this, so like subscribe to one of these places down here, or maybe subscribe up there next to our little banner, and then comment
the little
down there.
bell button so that you can get notified every time we upload a video.
Because we're uploading weekly, and we hope you watch all of our videos. So let us know what you want to see in our next videos, because we are up for suggestions. We have maybe 3 more videos that we have in mind, but after that, whatever you want to see.
Yeah, well, we want to know what you guys want to see. So if you want to see Brenton, I don't even know. Anyway, okay, we'll talk to you guys later.
I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching, and we out.